I'm meteorologist Peter Hall. Here's your CNY Central First Alert forecast. And looking forward today, temperatures are probably going to be the mildest today on this Monday versus any other day of the week. Now, we are starting off chilly with many areas in the 30s from Syracuse north and east. However, when winds become southeasterly, which should occur from Syracuse and the 81 corridor and points south and west, we should be able to manage the upper 40s to near 50. And the early morning rain is already tapering off, so I think clouds should give way to dry periods and even some breaks of sun. New weather system coming our way, especially around and after midnight, some steadier, heavier rain. But again, it's rain, not snow. It'll be a mild Monday overall, especially midday and afternoon. Rain tonight into tomorrow. Now, it will change to snow late, but the thing is, just like every system that seems to want to come through here this season so far, it is a borderline call on whether or not we get accumulating snow in Syracuse or not. My gut's telling me that probably here's what's going to happen. We get that change over to snow mid to late afternoon over higher elevations and maybe even in Syracuse. But there shouldn't be any accumulating snow in Syracuse proper on pavement until at earliest sundown. Then, as the snow is tapering off overnight, it's the question of how much precipitation is left over. Is it flurries or something steadier? And what the exact temperature is. Even with the exact temperature being around 32 to 34, that's borderline for it to stick, at least in Syracuse. So, who's got the best shot at getting accumulating snow when you include everything late afternoon Tuesday into Tuesday night? Best chances, highest elevations, because it'll change over first and it'll be colder, and lawns, car roofs, and trees. Because typically what happens is trees and lawns will actually be able to have the snow stick on the leaves and stuff, or just the branches and the actual grass, versus, let's say, pavement that might be pre-existingly wet, and it's typically a little warmer. So on those surfaces, 1, 2, or 3 inches, especially over higher elevations. Syracuse, pavement, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it winds up either completely being just nothing and melting, or maybe a sloppy coating to an inch. I know there was a lot to talk about, but wanted to be detailed for you. Wednesday, flurries taper. Clouds and sun, sun to clouds Thursday, and then another weather system Thursday night is rain. Now, I will say this, it's good we're actually getting some of this rain because we are well below normal for rain for this time of year. But again, for the rest of today, it's clouds, peaks of sun, and a high near 50. Here comes some of the steadier rain. Again, good news for wells, as we are still actually in a minor drought kind of condition. Notice that it's still raining, and then you'll also see here that we begin to see snow mixing in over higher elevations mid to late afternoon and then into the Syracuse area overnight. But again, it's borderline on the temperature here. So we'll go from anywhere for Syracuse and the lower elevations between 0 and an inch. That's for lower elevations. So it's either going to melt and not accumulate or maybe an inch. Highest elevations in here and here might be able to squeeze out 1 to 3 inches over higher terrain. That's the way it looks right now. 10% sun today, none on Tuesday and Wednesday. After we get through that, it's more rain Thursday late in the day and tonight. Rain Friday morning will try to change over again to snow. The best chance of sticking snow for a long period of time, Friday night into the weekend. Those temperatures for the weekend are colder. Those temperatures of the weekend, that's normal. That would be normal. It's also normal to get lake effect snow, which looks at this point likely, but that's day 6 and 7, so you never know. I'm meteorologist Peter Hall. That's a look at your forecast. More on CNYCentral.com.